Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Clout Awards nominee roundtable. Clout Africa has, over the last 3 years, covered the entertainment industry and specifically the music industry. And we've worked with a number of artists. And over the years, we've seen that there's, I guess, a gap that needs to be filled where young, emerging, and established artists are recognized for the work that they're doing in their various fields, especially less traditional fields like sound engineering and directing and DJing and all of this stuff. So um, this is our first awards, and we've had a lot of interest in the nominees that have come out from the early selection process, and we have a panel here today to discuss the nominees and who they think will win and why each nominee has been chosen, I guess, and why and the impact they've had on the industry. So um, to have this discussion with me, we have Kolapo Oladapo, who is Chief Brand Strategy at Clout Africa. We have artist Tomi, who's here as well. We have Titi Adesanya, and we have Dapo of Triller. Yes, can I say Dapo of Triller, or should I say this?
Titi Adesanya of Empire.
No, just Titi
Of
Adesanya.
Empire.
That was actually perfect. Do not mention
Titi
Empire.
Yeah,
Adesanya
okay.
of Empire.
So let's get into it. We have 10 categories for this year's awards, and they span from gospel to production to revelation of the year, DJs, and we have like a healthy mix of nominees from across Africa. So KP, uh, why do you think there's so much interest from South Africa about the nominations this year?
I think it's the same like kind of buzz when it comes to how we see anything that is not familiar as well. So like when you see something that you're not used to, whether it's content, whether it's music or video, it's always very interesting to see how, especially when you're being recognized like an award, that means somebody has taken interest in what you're doing. And I think there's more as divided as we are as a continent or as a people, there's
Mhm.
more unity in the music industry because people collaborate all the time. You see people like Daco, who's a diaspora Nigerian in the UK, collaborating with somebody in Ghana who is, uh, Black Sheriff, doing a song together. We have somebody in Ghana doing, a song like Jackie doing a song with Omale. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's that. The world is smaller now when it comes to music collaboration and all that, and to be recognized from somewhere where you probably haven't visited before is something interesting to know.
Okay, cool. So, Dakpo, as somebody who gets to see an overview of how music is embraced and I guess propagated via social media and platforms like Triller, why do you think awards like this still have such interest, buzz? Because people are constantly engaging with artists all the time. Why do people still care about awards?
I think like Kibi said, it's really about recognition, right? So put out a nice record, and for your peers or critics in the industry come together and say, yeah, this is dope and this is good. I think that's a different level of validation for artists and for creatives. And then the fans come together and vote as well,
Mm.
just to kind of solidify that you are number one, but we're also still voting for you. You know what I mean? So it kind of solidifies that wasn't a fluke, like So I think it's really about that validation and that extra level of like, yeah,
Okay.
this is good. We're on the right path.
I kind of see that. TC, as somebody who is like an independent artist, without the whole label infrastructure to help with promoting music, how do awards legitimize the work that indie artists like you do?
Awards are a self-esteem boost. Awards are like Dapo said, they tell you that you're doing something right, that you should keep going. I remember I was nominated for an award last year for my song Beautiful, an Afrima award. And I got the call at night and I was wondering, like, are you kidding? Where's this coming from? So it was a confirmation that all of the work we put in, my producer, all of the work he puts in, the sleepless nights, going through the mixes, recordings, everything, all of the meticulous behavior that I exhibited during that period, everything paid off, and it showed that, I'm doing something right and I should keep going. So it definitely legitimizes the work we do. And I'm really happy that we have a range of categories this time. It's not the traditional categories. We have engineering, like you said, mixing, mastering, DJing. So we need more of that.
Okay. So Titi, as somebody who works with labels, I was definitely going to come to you at some point.
Please, every time you go,
I was
please,
hoping.
please be complete with the TT from Empire.
No. Please do not. Really, do not.
So, as somebody who works with labels, artists usually are the face of labels, but there's a whole infrastructure behind the scenes that helps to package the artists, ensure that they have the best quality sound. That sound mixing especially is like a huge thing, because people don't seem to realize that the product is a product. Like, the artist just doesn't wake up one morning and put out a few notes. So are you excited about the technical aspects of making and producing and putting out music getting recognized?
Personally, or as a label executive?
Well, you know what?
I am actually, on both ways, because I do have a lot of friends, producers, not so many mixers. Actually, I do. Both ways. I'm excited for them because, like you said, not many people who are behind the scenes get the, oh, hey, I see you there at the back. And to be fair, not many of them want that. Because some people like to work in the shadows. That way, nobody can, but and at the end of the day, rather, it is important for the ones behind the scenes to feel seen, because for the most part, the artist takes a lot of the money, the artist takes a lot of the shine, that brings more money, and so things like these that recognize those in the shadows are very important for, also just for the way they see themselves, and for the kind of work they're going to put out. It means that if they know that somebody's watching, I'm not saying that they half-assed it before anyways, but when they know that they could get recognized for it, they put in extra work, because everybody wants to be top of their game or top of the class. So if I am excited, absolutely, I'm very excited for them.
Okay, so let's just segue into the actual nominees for the year. I'd like to start with sound engineer, because engineering music is a whole other kettle of fish. People don't seem to realize how much work goes into mixing and mastering songs to get that level of quality, that universal appeal that we finally have reached in Nigeria. So it's interesting to see who is nominated this year. We have Timmy J, we have Simi, who is
Studio Brat, yeah.
the I guess the pulse behind Adekunle Gold. We have Mixmaster Grazy, we have Michael Goofy Morare. What country is he from?
Southern Africa.
Now Genie. So who are you excited for in this category, and who do you think will win?
I mean, I feel like Simi because she has done so much that half of us don't even have an idea. Like, we couldn't, by the time we find out, like, if you go research and find out what she's actually done and how many people's albums she's worked on, or even just the singles, or even just the fact that she does that so well and sings so well, like, she has her personalities that are so separate. I think her work speaks for itself. We love Adekunle's album, don't we? We love all the other work that she's done without even knowing that she's the one that's done it. So I think stuff like this is really, really, really good. And I'm no offense to all the other people, they're great. But firstly, she's the only woman on that list. So I feel like if you guys are trying to win points, but it's a voting category,
fans
right?
listed,
So maybe the fans, hey, hello, it's Women's Month every day.
Because we're voting still on, so push her a bit. So
Mm.
Dapo, who are you excited for?
Oh man, I think, 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 I think,
You're
So-
sitting next to a woman.
that's why, because my answer is different. But like, I started out as a producer and sound engineer, and that's how I started out in the industry. So I know how hard it is. Like, I occasionally still mix for people, like for my friends when I have the time,
Ooh.
and mixing and mastering is there's no play, man. So I know the kind of work that these people have put in. I'm going to say it. I'm particularly biased in this category towards Alpha because I have worked with Alpha a lot.
So many people.
With,
So many people.
He's putting work.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of work from time. Like, I mean, I can call Alpha now. We start talking mixing and mastering for the next 1-2 hours. So, I'm not speaking objectively here. So Alpha is my guy.
Okay, so to move to Songwriter of the Year, which is something I think Tomi has a lot of experience with, we have a very diverse list, which is interesting because there are quite a number of pop songwriters on the nominee list this year. We have King Promise, we have Peruzzi, who is essentially the muscle behind Davido, because a good number of Davido's hit songs
I'm not
have
there.
been written by. No, Davido is open about it
Yeah,
now.
it's
Of
not,
course
it's not
he
a,
is.
it's not a
open
bad
about
thing
it,
at
so-
all. There's also another writer behind him, though, by the way. But
The tea. And we have Victoni, who has done quite well for himself over the last 2 years. We have Adekunle Gold, who has gone to AG Baby from, and then
Bad Boy Dex as well. Bad Boy Dex.
and then we have Blackie from South Africa. So,
Yeah.
Tomi, who are you excited? Like who are you leaning towards?
Yeah, so while I recognize all of the writers in this category because they all have secured a piece of the market and are doing so well in their niche, I would have to go with Adekunle Gold. I feel like he has been able to expand himself from the beginnings of Adekunle Gold up until now. The more urban Adekunle Gold, the more Bad Boy Dex Adekunle Gold. I feel like he is very versatile.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's called
he-
Bad Boy Dex.
Bad Boy Dex. Transition, please.
Exactly. So Adekunle Gold is my
sorry,
guy.
from AG
Yeah.
Baby to Bad Boy Dex.
I-
What was that?
I didn't get the
You didn't
memo.
get the memo. Oh, it was on.
See, we
I
accepted
heard
that
about it.
we're not doing.
No.
Yeah.
Look, you people should respect the man.
So,
Bad
KP,
Boy
who are
Dex.
you?
Some
Who are
respect
you
on his
leaning
Bad Boy
towards?
Dex.
AG Baby, is he our baby or our daddy now? No, you know, he's first he's our baby, then he's our daddy. Now he's our baby on the deck. So, sorry.
I think I would like, from a branding perspective, I'll go for Adekunle Gold, because it's not easy for you to basically spin yourself from a good boy to a bad boy in the music industry, because like there's a lot of scrutiny, right? I mean, more for women than men, but like for you to convert yourself from, I mean, he's a graphics designer, he's a branding expert, and it was fantastic in doing
I know
that.
people that are upset about the new brand. Why is he? He's no longer a family man. Calm down, man.
But at the end of the
Well,
day,
he's now a family man.
for him to be able to make that transition, I think is impressive. His songs are impressive, and for him to be able to translate all of that journey into music is something a lot of people have done and failed. But I guess it's one of the lucky ones that have been able to like scale through. So
I don't know if you should be calling it luck. I don't know how I would feel if you called my
no, I'm
progress
just saying it's
luck.
not just
like,
luck,
yeah,
but
there's a
at
big
least it's
part
a
of
lucky few that didn't fail in doing
Yeah.
that. But obviously, a lot of hard work has been put in that into that. Yeah,
But I feel like a special shout out has to go to like Peruzzi, because I feel like Peruzzi, like
if you say you don't want
With
Colette, now why you just
no, but like I've always felt like Peruzzi he knows what the Nigerian audience wants to
course.
hear.
He's an impeccable
Do you
songwriter.
understand? He just knows, like, with the hooks, it can be one line, and that's the line we'll sing throughout the song.
and it's fun.
Yeah,
He's a fun
so-
writer.
Big shout out to him.
Also to me, and I'm transitioning
Into what?
into whatever you need.
Okay, another category that I think people are going to be excited about and kind of torn is best hip hop, because of course there was the whole thing that happened 2 weeks ago with MI and Rick Ross, and the whole buzz around
Was
it.
that
So
2 weeks ago?
Was it?
About a week-
last
about a
It
week.
was last weekend, yeah.
So clearly there is a conversation happening around hip hop,
Around hip-hop,
and
There's always a conversation happening around hip hop.
which is interesting because I think over the last 3 years we've had quite a number of Nigerian hip hop artists break ground. Ladipo had like a #1 song in the country for weeks and weeks and weeks. So it's not really a surprise that he's nominated. But there are other people that kind of interesting. Psycho YP. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. We have Black Bones. Black Bones is the minister of rap in Nigeria. In fact, at this point, I don't think anybody understands branding rap the way he does.
He does.
And then we have Joey V and we have Blackie, who this is his second nomination. So I guess Dapo, I'll swing back to you. Are you leaning towards Ladipo? Are you leaning towards Black Bones? Because from a branding perspective, I don't think you.
This one is deep.
What's the criteria that we're using to? Okay, never mind. What we think, never mind.
Yes.
Keep going, sorry.
But like, I think for hip hop, what we first of all need to understand is that hip hop has like evolved. It's no longer hardcore rap where you're talking about gangbanging, and I mean, Black Bones is actually preaching about breaking the yoke of love. Ladipo is singing with See Me and all this, and I think that's like sort of the new sort of where hip hop has evolved to at the moment. And so we need to, because I feel like a lot of people see that category and be like, oh, these people are not rapping, but they're hip hop artists. You know what I mean? As far as like my pick, Ladipo has always been like one of my faves from when he was with the Collective and Icon and those guys. So I'm a Ladipo stan from
I like how he's very clear that all his answers are about the fact that, hello, I know this nigga.
I don't know him personally.
Yeah,
I would like to. He seems like a nice guy. But I like his wordplay. I like his wit, even when he's not rapping and he's like singing and stuff. I think is brilliant. So Ladipo will be. I guess it would be between Ladipo and Black Bones.
So Tomi, as a rap song collaboration, who would you lean towards?
100%. I have collaborated with a few lovely rap artists, hip hop artists, and I would go with Dapo on this one, Ladipo. I have met him, and I have seen how prolific he is and how much thought he puts into his work. And it's not flimsy. It's not scratching the surface. He really goes deep, and he tries to make meaning. He tries to give a message. Everyone does that in their own way. I always say that because everyone is special.
Yeah.
Ladipo has gone the extra mile.
I think this is one of the few categories where I want to see the Abuja boy win. So I'm very pro Psycho YP because it's very like grassroots.
He's done well this past year.
I mean, I would definitely want Psycho YP to win, but
And he's done pretty
if it's about the fans, he could win.
Yeah.
Right? Because
100%.
his people just like, you see, have you ever seen him on stage?
They're
You see,
active.
just move
They're
like this,
active.
But if I were to give my 2 cents, I'd have to go with them from a standpoint of the impact that Ladipo has had.
Yes.
And just how it's not yes, obviously the content and all of that, but everybody's content is great. But how much both he and the Maven crew have pushed him as a rapper or as a hip hop artist. I actually think while we agree that hip hop has evolved, I feel like hip hop has always kind of been the same way in that the songs that have transcended and the songs that have moved or broken through have always had an R&B or somebody doing chorus.
Call and
on it.
response, yeah.
Yes.
Feature on it,
It's
yeah.
always that, like, you can't, like a fool. I think maybe Eminem is probably one of the only ones that have been able to break through with a record where he's just saying
Just
whatever
giving
he's
you-
saying.
But he
the
does
whole
it by
time.
himself. He
But
does
he's-
Slim Shady and Eminem.
I would
You
say,
understand?
yeah.
Exactly.
And then but his biggest record till today is still the one that
Of
has
course, he
Enya.
died. Yeah.
You see, Enya died.
That
Sorry.
died on-
Yeah.
So for that, just in terms of impact, I would say Paul, but Abuja kids, all of you and your cousins and
Maybe we
everybody,
should go and vote.
if you don't come out for YP like this, you smoke a nigga.
As a
Want to say that?
yeah, but it's interesting that Titi, you mentioned Maven because Maven has put out quite a diverse roster of artists across genres who are doing interesting things, which is why they have Johnny Drill, and then they have Ira Star, who is nominated in the next category, Best Alternative Album for 19 and Dangerous. It's a very diverse. There's Johnny Drill and Ira, both nominated. Both albums came out last year. They couldn't be more different. Like it's like night and day. And of course, we have the Cavemen who are flying the flag of high life. We have Amare, who honorary Nigerian. At this point. Like I actually went to the show in December and it was
Just
great.
call a sad bitch.
And then we
it's
have
fine.
Hisaki with Platinum Be Heart.
Yeah,
So alternative, I'm leaning towards Era because
That was my album of the year last year.
But my question
Is
is
she
it
alternative?
alternative or is it pop? Because like what's
I don't.
pop? Pop is
I
popular
honestly
music, right?
feel like she's not.
I don't think she's
alternative.
alternative.
I do think that
Because she's cool. I'm so sorry and whatever to Cloud, but I feel like she should not have been on that list because she's probably there because she's part of the cool kids and new kids and she feels alternative, but her music is not alternative.
Yeah, I don't think it's
pop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pop.
I do
It's
think
very
that
pop.
the diversity of songs on the album.
It's not alternative.
Yeah, I still think it's just like
No.
a diverse, different.
If we're going by alternative, the cavemen should win that.
Yeah. Well, some
See
people
me
argue
violate
that.
this
Some people argue that High
But
Life
I-
is mainstream in Nigeria.
Sorry,
so-
we
I mean,
which
right now,
mainstream?
no,
Come
no.
on.
I would
When
say
it's
High
as
Life
simple as
is
they still giving us
mainstream,
hits.
but it's not mainstream. It's just not mainstream in Lagos.
Yeah, it will be between cavemen and Johnny Drill for me.
I think. I'm just gonna go with Ira Star because that album is.
That album was fire.
There's no bad song on that album.
I mean, I have a personal connection to
Categories,
Caveman.
They say
The categories, that's the
like,
thing.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. But again, I get because this is a voting thing. Is who carry fans.
Do you understand?
That's it.
So I think I agree with everybody. It's like I'm not sure that Ira is supposed to be in that category because I think she's pop through and through.
Yeah.
Because pop is really whatever's popular. At the
She's a
moment.
pop star.
She's the pop.
Like,
she's
look at her.
She's the
But
pop
that's
princess
that's
at the
actually
moment.
the
She's
funny
our
part.
Britney Spears or
Yeah.
something.
It's
like
interesting
Do
because
you know what I mean?
Erastar does pop music,
Yeah.
but pop music is not a mainstream genre in Nigeria.
that. Okay, what is
pop
pop
music?
music? Popular
That's
music.
Popular music is whatever's popular at the
So
time.
if she was doing
So pop music-
Will you say
Afrobeat,
Mr.
meaning
Rebel is pop music?
Who?
Mr. Rebel by
is not pop
Thames.
music.
No, but it's not
But it was
just the one
popular
song.
then.
It's not just the one song, right? It's
No.
like a style
Like
of
a
music
vibe.
that is popular.
What would you-
So
what
at
would
some
you
point in life,
classify-
right, jazz was pop music because that was the thing,
Yeah.
right? At some point, it was gangster rap because that was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I think that what we consider pop in Nigeria or in Africa, let me even say, Ira is
She
clearly
kind of
pop.
falls because she's like a fusion.
Yeah.
I don't
You
even
know?
think pop music exists in
And she
Nigeria.
does an interesting
is
job with
kinda like
referencing
Afrobeat.
Yeah.
music
I'm
from
a fan
other
of-
like generations,
Mm.
and like you can tell that she's deep. Like she's
is
given a
deep,
lot of
though.
thought for somebody who's just like 19. It's impressive. So
No,
I-
very impressive.
I
Very
feel like
impressive.
everybody else has.
Yeah.
She's going to give them a run for them. I
Of
don't know if she'll
course.
win, but
I mean, and
she's definitely going to
If we're
challenge.
going,
Ira
if
has
we're
the fans.
going
She has the
off,
fans, man.
yeah, if we're going off fans and just the presence and just how much buzz and all of that, Ira sure kills everybody there. But we're going via the category she's under.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that TikTok uncle. If that guy gets to it, man, people will vote. Man's man,
Nobody should
that man gonna
tag
get the
you.
votes. But yeah,
But yeah, it's an interesting dilemma for someone like Ira because if your music is hard to categorize, then it ultimately is up to who helps you market your music. And DJs in Africa are the people who decide what is popular and what is not, which is so yeah, kind of in their hands because until they anoint you, you're not going anywhere really, unless you have TikTok or Triller or you have somebody in the interwebs preaching your gospel. So
Like that uncle.
I,
that uncle.
I don't even know. Anyways,
The
after the
TikTok
service, I'll ask you this.
What? No.
so yeah. Okay, so the next category is the DJ of the year. We have DJ YK Mule. We have DJ KYs.
DJ YK Mule.
Mule. Okay,
Please.
sorry. Mule. DJ YK Mule.
Wait. We're speaking to a group of people that what does mule mean?
Keep
You
it,
help us
please.
decide.
Pick it up.
No, Mule is drop it now.
Drop it. Sorry.
So DJ KYs, DJ Titanium, DBN Gogo from South Africa.
Dabangogo.
Durban Gogo, sorry.
Yeah.
DBN.
That's the.
Bye. DJ Nona and DJ Jonelle. So I'm definitely KYs because are you kidding?
Joe.
Like, it's a joke. Are you joking?
Sorry, it's Durban Gogo.
It's Dabangogo
Have you
for me.
ever seen her play? She will smoke all of you. Very easy.
No, if it was Waffles that was on this list, I'll just
Forget
everybody should-
Waffles. Waffles went
Waffles is
viral. She's great. But if you see Durban Gogo play,
Artistry.
she's whether it's her song go, it's not her song go, she owns it. Like she becomes, she doesn't. I saw her play once, once. I mean, I've seen other videos and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff and all that, but I saw her play once at Front Back in Ghana, and I was still standing there. I was just staring because it was like, was she?
Captivating. Yeah.
Do you understand? And her transition is a great, all of that, you know. And then she also, when she works with, you know, producers and stuff to release stuff. But
Yeah.
firstly, obviously, because she's a woman, I'm that person, sorry. But more importantly, I feel that if we put all of them on the same line, she has a presence.
Yeah.
Her mixing is great, her everything is great, but she has a presence.
So she's more than just a DJ.
She's an entertainer. She just, you know, she gets the crowd and the crowd gets her. And whether you know the music, you don't know the music, by the time she starts to
You go
play
groove.
it, you follow her. And she doesn't even need to do too much. She's very easy on it. You know?
I feel like a lot of people, this is not to knock on YK Mule, but like a lot of people know that tag from the like remixes and mixes that he does, as
Yeah.
opposed to like him playing as an
Yeah.
actual DJ.
True.
Yeah.
So I think once people understand that the category is about being an actual like
Artist.
Live
mixing,
DJ,
you're
yes.
you're doing it
Yeah,
live on-
business. Yeah.
You see that?
So collaborations.
Yes.
Collaborations where, you know, I think a good number of the people who went viral or hit top 10 on charts in Nigeria did part as a collaboration. There was Ladipo, Olamide and Omale, Buju and 6 million people in Lagos.
Saying that everybody in the industry.
Shout out to Buju for saving
Honestly,
careers.
as you said, it held down the industry.
What? Binksing.
So we obviously had to honor, like, you know, collaboration. So we have Durban with Empura, Amavenja and MJ with Kuza Gogo. We have Musa Keys and Louis with Selema. We have Adekunle Gold and Davido with High, which
Bad boy.
and we have Jackie and Omale with Forever, which for me, like,
I don't know why people feel it.
and then Mayoko and Victoni with Holy
Yeah,
Father.
Father.
So I think Mayoko and Victoni entered the year and they were like, you know what, this is our
We own it.
year. So I don't know, Tomi, who are you leaning towards?
This is a tough one. It's a
Rough.
tough one. But I still enjoy the Amapiano expression
Yeah,
from Adekunle Gold and Davido. I think that was really special.
yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have worked, but somehow.
I agree. 100%.
It shouldn't have
What
worked.
do you
Us
mean?
all by
Shouldn't
surprise.
Well, it could have
have?
worked, no?
Why?
I mean,
What
it
do you mean?
didn't.
Shouldn't
And then you have
have?
Phil's
Because
producing.
Adekunle was like an experiment in the experiment that he was already
We just
doing.
agreed earlier on, or rather, you guys said how amazing he is as a writer. So give him any beats, he'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, they really figured it out.
I don't know.
I think I'll go for High as well because like
You
it'd
like
be
to
a crime
be-
not to. Because like
I mean,
it's David is
and
Adekunle
yesterday was
Gold.
420.
Yeah.
Is David is
See, I told you it's high.
is
Kidding.
Adekunle Gold and it's Fields. Fields is one of like the
I mean,
most
Phil's.
most dynamic producers ever because like he went from producing like rap songs with Olamide to like song. Like this guy keeps evolving with the times. In fact, sometimes it dictates the evolution because you see songs like Finesse, now everybody has a choir thing in their song. Do you get what I'm saying? So you see that kind of
Don't say that though.
group project.
I refuse that.
Group project. And
course.
they did well on the group project. Yeah. So it's a A from me.
Yeah, we all agree with you on high.
Yeah.
We're not
I mean,
going
but you have to give a special shout out to Holy
Victor
Father,
Ni,
man.
yes.
That thing scattered, man.
It
bro.
was
like
that
what?
hook.
That one she's-
intro.
It's just all of us use as if we're in prayer. I'm telling
get
you.
me?
Look,
Honestly,
anything
come
that
and
has to do
save
with
us.
prayer or talking about how your enemies are against
Ah.
you.
What?
Nigerians are
screaming.
honest.
No, that song.
I know
is-
Africans are on it. Like I think the only other song that had that kind of this was Infinity with the So you can't really talk about, you know, the success of these songs without talking about the producers and
Yeah,
producers have done quite a bit this year. There's
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion Kings, which is the Gem Afurisa and Capsa Smalls, who
Mm-hmm.
the Amapiano movement, those two, they're like the, you know, the vanguard. you can't talk about it without talking about them.
Everybody should pay them.
We have Mass
Wow.
Music. We have Nif Keys, which Nif Keys is niche, but the thing he's done with
Is he
that,
niche?
Yeah, he's like, because he doesn't work with everybody, but
But it's
that
the sound
Malian
thing.
music, that sound,
I
that
go-
he
I
has
kinda
the
get what you're saying.
ear
Yeah.
of the streets. Like he understands what's happening on the street, and it's very special to have somebody
You don't
like that.
miss.
And then we have P Prime, who goes from
Ah.
Sha to Olabide. Like, how do you
now.
do that? Like,
That was a
how?
wonder kid, man.
And then of course we have London, who is the Maven secret weapon. Like,
Not just Maven though. I've seen him on projects
he's
that I don't
done
even
mad
expect him
things,
to be
though.
on. Yeah.
so yeah, it's a tough category because all of them have really, really impressed. I'm leaning towards London because I liked Ira Star's
Oh, I
album.
thought you were
and
gonna
I
say,
thought-
like,
Can we
London.
all just agree, give it to Prepram and go home?
I actually will go
That's
for
it.
Scorpion King when it comes to, because a lot of the sounds that we have now that are like club bangers are very
Influenced by that.
exactly
Piano.
influenced by what's
Come through, intelligent man that sat at the back of the class.
Yes, so
why are you
Anybody that
telling
can force
everybody?
Nigerians-
With his shiny head.
Yes,
like
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
who can
the
force
nuggets.
Nigerian Afrobeats to listen and switch
Okay.
direction.
That is-
Okay,
you
on
have
that
to.
basis, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Scorpion
Okay.
Kings, like
'Cause
send me some
Nigerians
money.
are-
Hey.
Royalties. No, but P Prime, I mean, I feel like his versatility, and I think when you think about like his age, this is somebody he just turned 20.
Yeah, 20 or 21, I think.
So, and he's been doing this for years.
Yes.
So that means he's been doing this since before he was
10
able
years
to-
experience before
Do
you
you
apply for
understand?
the
Before you
job.
apply for it, you get me? So like, and then him just being able to, like we were saying, there's all these people that he's worked with, and I heard when I first heard the Lagos Anthem by Zlatan, I was looking for the person I had P Prime. I was like, what?
You can do everything.
Perfect, can do everything.
I
But so
shall.
you have to.
It's business, man.
Do you understand? So I mean, I feel like his best is still ahead of him. So,
Yeah,
of course.
his
So-
best
So
is-
you win on that
he will
time.
probably win this next following year. So Scorpion Kings.
It- I-
He choked.
And, it choked because like we're talking about all these young and versatile people who are doing versatile things.
Yeah.
But you can't really talk about any of them without talking about the church and how everybody in Nigerian music, has a choir somewhere or some choir minister, mother, or auntie.
I think Titi
that,
has
you
some
know.
thoughts on that.
First of all, I'm
defer
like,
to
don't
TC.
start with Nigerians and church because we were talking about choirs. The South Africans smoke you real
Fair.
quick.
But I don't think they have songs as big as
What?
we do. No, Sinach. If we bring Sinach and put Sinach on the table, it's over. Like, just forget it.
Compared to who in South Africa?
Sinach has
Oh, we're talking about gospel music, Abby. Let me tell you something. You see how obviously it's really big here, right? And we haven't gotten. I don't know why I
Because
did
we need
this.
Jesus more, yeah.
Yes, it's big here, but in South Africa, it's a commercial. Like when I mean commercial, I mean it's
It's a business.
big.
Like gospel music, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
feel
big.
like it is here. It's just people just don't. It's
It's
one of those
niche.
that's just low key. Because those people.
It's very big here. It's very big here.
Honorary on my church.
it's huge.
One time I considered being a gospel artist.
It heavy.
You understand?
So-
That
I guess
holy- that holy money.
I just meant that if we're talking people who make
No, I get you.
really good gospel music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
they
really
would
good. in
smoke
South
us.
This is
Africa.
interesting because
I mean, even the commercial artists will go and take their gospel so it's so quiet to come and say, come and sing in my
Happy.
love
I
song.
think that's something in like South Africa. They have but like they have a much developed like choral culture,
Yeah.
right? So they have. I mean, it's much bigger there. If you're talking about like gospel choirs, I mean that's where what's their name? The choir that does.
So it's a gospel choir.
Not even them. Joyous Celebration.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Ooh,
know.
see,
Do you know what I mean?
listen.
Yeah, you
Like,
like
bro.
Jesus,
Joyous
so-
celebration
I did for
will fill
Jesus,
your
fam.
stadium 3 times.
Do you get?
But
So
Back to
it's
back.
interesting because while South Africa is doing all these big things, the nominees this year are almost predominantly Nigerian. We have HLE,
we have been
we have
syndrome now.
Sinach, we have Mercy
We think everything revolves
Chinwo,
around us.
we have Tim
We have who is
Godfrey,
the first person?
Moses Bliss,
Who is
HLE.
that?
No, Titi, please.
Me, I don't even
And then
know.
we have
No,
Moses
but
Bliss.
you know why
We
I'm
have
saying-
Liverpool.
This 2021 and Moses Bliss did one or two.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They
I don't
gave
know
us.
anything about the gospel music anymore. I used to, when I used to work with, what's the name of those guys? Easy Concepts, messaging
Right,
one,
right,
and guys. But I don't anymore. But even standing outside of it, I don't know who that guy is, but I know the other people. So I feel
I guess that doesn't bode well for him.
he doesn't. Titi doesn't know you.
But
Titi is the standard.
I'm
please.
definitely
Where's the camera?
I'm
Titi is the standard.
more Mercy Chinwo because I think she's been in the industry for a very long time. She won Nigerian Idol in 2012.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that was a
So-
revelation to me too.
So it's like if you've been hustling this long,
But
this
who's been
hard-
in longer, she or Sinach?
No, Snatch has been here for like 20 years. Snatch is like foundational to
OG.
Christ Embassy. Like she's foundational. So I don't know if anybody can, overthrow Snatch because Snatch has,
So there's nobody else aside from Nigerians on that list.
like, which is interesting.
Well,
We need to expand
petitioning.
There's a South
No.
African there.
We need to
Ooh.
expand
There
our
is the
Yeah.
Mowgli.
gospel.
HLE.
Oh, HLE is South African. Okay, interesting.
We need to expand our gospel consumption.
Yeah,
gospel
we do.
music consumption.
But we have a very distinct palette for gospel music. We don't.
see, this is what I'm saying.
It's
Main
very
character
loud,
syndrome.
honestly.
not
Main
Soji.
character syndrome. We just like to hear
No,
ourselves.
but Tomi, am I exaggerating? We have a very distinct palette.
We do, but I feel like we have moved forward. Do you know Neon Adijo?
Yes, I do.
Yes. If you listen to Neon's voice and if you
This guy's a heathen. He
Here.
can't know any of these people.
you see what the young people are doing on TikTok with Neon's music, expressing gospel, expressing their spirituality, because he has a very distinct tone and it sounds like R&B, but R&B that's close.
That's
to
for
their
Jesus.
That's spirit-led.
Exactly.
That's for Jesus.
So I feel like genres are definitely expanding. The
Yeah,
gospel,
definitely.
and over time, we're going to see that shift, that wide reach, or that everyone going for everything that's been offered.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're getting there.
It's interesting you talk about that because creators is one of the categories that we're honoring this year, and you can't really talk about Nigerian music. In fact,
the
African
creators.
music over the last year without talking about how TikTok basically blew Essence and blew.
TikTok Blue
Africa's
Essence.
boyfriend.
I don't
Was
know.
it Essence?
Yes,
CK.
there was
Essence,
quite a bit
okay.
of There was quite a bit of like.
Yeah,
TikTok
but they
trailer.
didn't blow Essence.
It did though.
I never seen
Song
it.
of the summer.
I feel like it didn't.
I feel like
I
Essence did
no.
it like on the back of Essence.
I know.
Yeah.
No. there was because
But you can't
There
deny
must
the
sure
Because,
there's a
like-
TikTok.
No,
there'll be a
virality.
lot.
No, we're
Yeah,
just talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Essence in particular.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm sure there was a movement,
There'll
but I
be, yeah.
feel like
But I
it
think it's.
didn't
I
blow
think
it.
that might have been.
it might have been a little more subdued, but Africa's boyfriend. That
Yes,
one.
100%. Of course. That's now every time TikTok is doing presentation where as CK you can see
There's even a trailer promoted post.
you understand.
So
Okay.
it's huge. So
Yeah.
you can't really deny how much creators have influenced the industry as a whole and just entertainment. So we have Jenny Frank, who is huge on TikTok. We have Equa Official. We have Lasisi Elenu, who is a hybrid creator. He does comedy. He does pretty much everything.
Movies, yeah.
And then we have Corti, who, wow, Corti is, I guess, my pick because she brings a kind of like chillness to content creation. There's a lot of frenzy in content creation. Like it's so fast. So, but she's like, guys, chill, just chill. And so I enjoy that a lot. And then we have Kiki, and then we have Mogelings from South Africa, who Mogelings is just. Mogelings. You can't really. Yeah. So I don't know. Who are you leaning towards?
Personally,
Yeah.
I like to celebrate newness, fresh air, and while we recognize the key points to content creation, virality, humor, all of those things. Then there's also the fresh air bits, doing something that hasn't really been explored, so much before, and that's where Corti shines. So I'm definitely going to go with Corti for this year. She deserves, I feel, to be recognized for what she's doing.
So KP, are you pro Corti? Are you?
Okay, first of all, I'm not on trailer or TikTok, but
So what do you feel like? What's that?
I'm a dead guy. But basically, I discovered Mogelings like 2-3 weeks ago, and when you look at how much effort when it comes to delivering entertaining content and sometimes like product-driven content, I think there's not a lot of people that take it serious when it comes to creating content. Everybody says they are skip makers and they go buy Benz, but we know what the truth is. But at the end of the day,
What is
I
the
don't
truth?
know what the truth is.
What is the
tell you
truth?
after-
I see.
I'll tell you after service. But the truth is, there's that, I know Kiki, Lasisi Ellen is my guy. I watch him every single time. But when you look at something you've not seen before and it captivates you immediately, even if you don't understand the person's language, right? And you can still, connect with them. I think that connection is something special. So I'll go with Mogelings for this one.
I understand. I appreciate what they do because I think
But-
they're they. So let's put it that way.
I love it.
And so we've kind of come to the final
Yeah.
category for our nominee list, which is Revelation of the Year. It's our answer to what does Rookie of the Year, as it is called in the
Yeah.
hip TV lingo. So
There's another one. There's Rookie of the Year, and then there's
Next rated.
yes, next rated.
Yeah.
So this is our next
wonder
rated,
everybody
to use that term.
Yeah.
We have Young Stunner, we have Musa Keys, we have Tony, we have Ruga, we have Jackie, and we have, an unexpected oldie who is,
Killing
exploring
it.
something else.
Yeah.
Basket Mouth, because I don't think anybody saw, like, the OGs know that Basket Mouth started in music, but I don't think
Yeah.
anybody saw him coming back to music and
With a fantastic set
and
of
schooling
projects,
everybody
man.
else and how it's
Wonderful
done.
projects,
So
man.
I am for old people discovering. Yes, he is in his 40s and
my
the Gen
God.
Zs. Anybody above 25
Please,
is old to
wherever
the
the
Gen
camera is,
Zs.
you need to zoom in on Edwin's
I
face.
take offense
This man
because
said
have
old
you seen
people.
his hair color?
Ah,
Also, he's
it's giving
he's-
midlife crisis.
Excuse me, how old are you? Because what's old?
Old enough.
My boyfriend is like 50. I did not. That's not true. Please make sure you cut that out.
Don't cut
Please.
that.
I was kidding.
Leave that.
That
If
should be
you
the-
try,
that should be
I
the-
will
fact, that
show
should be
you
the
guys.
headline, yeah. That should be the
Kolapo,
first clip.
you
I'll
try
pay.
it.
Boyfriend, that's yeah.
You pay. Okay.
should be the first
Foza. Let me call Foza. Payday is coming. Try me. Just try me.
So who would you go for?
Oh, me.
Yes.
I feel like there's a when you say revelation of the year, somewhere that made me go, oh shit. And then if you want to say it's also your next rated, then I have a problem.
Okay.
Because if I go revelation of the year, I would say Basket Mouth.
In terms of
Like you said, not like nobody saw it coming, but once it came out, I mean, it was on the charts for how long? Everybody's like, okay, I see you now. Okay. But if we say next rated, I'm not saying he's not going to be around. Oh, he has so much packed,
Yeah.
and you will not see you. Everybody's going to, and
We're all
just the way he's
excited.
he's mixing it all with the music and the comedy and the movies.
And the
He has
shows.
so
And the
much.
collaboration.
And the shows.
Yeah.
Thank you. But when we say next rated, I see in my head a young person. I see in my head the person that is supposed to take the industry to the next level. Although, truth is, basketball is going to do that. Anyways, to fulfill all righteousness and going by what you put there, which
Yes.
is revelation of the year, I
Yes.
say basketball.
Okay. So that
There's-
Why is everybody
who are you
quiet?
leaning toward?
Yeah,
I'm
because
trying,
you
I'm
see-
trying to think about
That
it
whole
now,
next
'cause-
rated thing, because if he hadn't said that,
Yeah.
my answer would be basketball without a but at
Yeah.
the end. But if you want to put the revelation of the year is your next rated,
Yeah.
then
But that's the whole point. The point is that the
Then I'm
industry is
saying
evolving
Victoni.
and old
guess, like-
people get to
no,
evolve.
but no, you're right. You're right. You're actually right because he is going to change the game.
So technically, he's like.
I'm saying from a place
Of knowing.
he is going.
He's actually the
from
first
inside info.
Nigerian Nollywood person who has successfully released an album that works.
I like those
Shout out
Omotala.
to Genevieve.
I like
I
those
mean,
Omotala albums.
yo.
that year.
What?
You like what?
Divide the national money.
Oh, Sophia did it too. You guys should not.
That man had a
please.
hit.
Oh, Sophia, till tomorrow.
Mama
We
G
still,
did it as
we still. You say what?
Mama G.
Mama G had like a
Divide the
nice
national
yeah,
money.
divide the national money.
Yes, now divide the
Divide the
national
national cake. What are we
As
talking
it's
about?
Was
point
that
that
Mama
she,
G?
yes, now she was sampled by
man.
What?
Lady
Lady
Donley.
Donley,
So
You thought it was
Mama G is
original.
not. Please, these people were not playing, man.
Okay. Still, Sha.
so Dapo, who are
He
you?
wins.
Who are you leaning towards? For everything?
Man, that's
Yeah.
a hard category. I think like with Basket Mouth, there's also the added, there's a different dimension you have to think about with Basket Mouth in the sense that he's also a fantastic A&R. When you listen to the stuff and you realize that he puts the music together, he's with the production, the sounds, selecting the artist. That's the job of an A&R to a very large extent. So I think like when you think about it from that point of view, it's like Basket is doing amazing
Full
things.
package.
But then when you think about like, I mean, there's Tony and all these other people. The reason why I'll lean more towards Basket is he's done two projects that were just top notch.
Yeah.
Right? All these other guys have 2 singles, 3 singles, and stuff. And that's not to knock on them, but Basket is just way up.
To take
I
that
think-
gamble of a whole body of work.
Yeah, and it, like that first. I mean, I personally prefer like the first one, Bass, because you listen to all of it and it's just fantastically done. I mean, I have favorites off of the new project, of course, the one with to Baba and Black Bones, and it's just really amazing to me. So I think in terms of when I think about all those different sort of aspects and dimensions to what Basket is doing, I think it goes to him.
Okay. Tell me, who are you leaning towards?
Yeah, awesome.
Whoever I should say is wins.
You know,
Really.
so it feels like we're getting an equivocal take on this with Basket. I feel like he creates opportunities for others. The word revelation is very special. They didn't use next rated. They didn't use rookie of the year. They used revelation of the year. And Basket Mouth is the only one who's doing what he's doing right now. Coming from a totally different industry, although both are related, but and coming to create huge opportunities in this space. So it's definitely a revelation, and I think it deserves to be recognized. Yeah.
That's the best answer. I vote for that answer.
Okay, well, we've had the politician give us his take. So thank you guys.
No, but the people on that category, who else is on that category?
Tony, Jackie, Ruga.
I mean, those people did
As
something.
in, so
Everybody
everybody,
dropped 2 projects as well.
yeah. Ruga
Hamilton.
had.
Rema dropped 3.
So
No, Rema
Rema is
don't do.
not.
He has already
Rema
revealed.
there. Rema is
Rema's been
not.
revealed
We've
since.
been revealed
Fam,
from Spider-Man.
do you understand? Rema's been revealed and re-revealed.
So thank you guys for just chopping it up with us and giving us your takes on this. We hope that everybody who deserves to win, because they're all winners. Like getting nominated is a huge recognition
like that
already
speech,
itself.
man.
But we hope that you guys will pick the people that you resonate the most with, and you
Talk
give
to
them
the camera.
Yeah, honestly,
Why are you looking at me like you
we
guys?
are
Talk to the
one
because
people.
y'all are influencers. Like
Talk to
people are
them
listening
now.
to y'all. So we hope that you guys vote and you honor the people who have given you great music and who have entertained you through 2 pandemics, essentially.
Get your
So
PVC.
get your PVC, and every
What's
other
in the-
good thing.
Yeah,
and
generally.
votes. So we hope to see you guys at the awards, which is happening on the 3rd of May, 2022. 2nd of May. Sorry.
if you come 3rd of May,
Because
will
it's
not
like
see
a public
anybody.
holiday and I want to sleep. So 2nd of May, guys. It will be streaming on a couple of platforms, including Triller. So, log on, enjoy, and we wish you a good night.
Stay blessed.